Hello everyone, welcome back to Julie Jules World, where creativity begins. Today I want to bring you, I'm excited about this project just because this is something that I literally wanted to do for myself. So let me go ahead, I wanted to share a skinny mini Hobonichi planner with you all. This is the outcome of it, how it looks, and I love it, guys. Hope you guys can see it. Yep, I love it. It looks really good. I wanted to purchase this, guys, this product, and I was just like, you know what, let me attempt to try to make one. So I just wanted to, make one of my own and see how it turned out, and wanted to share it with you all. So this is my version of the skinny mini Hobonichi. I hope I'm pronouncing that word right. Don't hold it against me if I'm not. But the Hobonichi planner, and my version of it, and it turned out to be awesome. I love it. So what you're going to need for this project is you're going to need some white scrapbooking paper, and make sure that the base is thicker. We want to use some thicker scrapbooking paper for base, okay? And then the other ones we can use a thinner paper. That way it don't be too bulky. The base measure 8" by 9", and you're going to need 2 of those. So let's put that aside and let's go ahead and get the other stuff that we need. Then you're going to need 2 pockets, the inside pockets holder, and it measures 3" by 8", okay? You need 2 of those. And then you're going to need 1 for the pockets, and there's a smaller pocket there, and measure 2" by 8" as well. And then you're going to need 2 more strips of paper, and this is for the closure. Be 1 1/4 of an inch by 4 1/2 inch. Okay, you're going to need 2 of those. And then you're going to need 1 more strip, and this is going to be the pen holder, and that measure 3/4 of an inch by 3 1/2 inch. Okay, and then you're going to need 1 more pocket that we're going to be using. That measures 3" by 3 1/2 inch. Once you get all of your material cut, you're going to gather it up, and then we're going to score these things. So you have to score the specific line. So let me go ahead and get my scoring board out, so I can show you guys exactly where to score. Okay, so you have the 2 based. These are 2 based, okay? You're gonna be putting your base in there at the 4". You start at the 4". You're gonna score down that line at the 4" all the way down, and then you're gonna score at 5" as well. Okay, you're gonna score at 4" and then a 5". And in between, you're going to be scoring those things until you get to the 5. Okay? All right, and there you have it. Okay, between 4 and 5, and score the whole in between there. Just score between there, and then you're going to do this for the other one as well. It's going to be easy too. Bend when we do have a planner. So put that aside. And now we're going to go the 2 closures, okay? Because you're going to be doing the same thing to the 2 closures. So right there, and you're going to score at the 2". Score at 2". Okay, guys? And then move over and score at 3". And you're going to do the same thing in between. Just go ahead and score all the way in between those lines, between the 2 and the 3, all the way up. You should have 2 of these like that. That's what those 2 you're going to be doing. All right, and that's it for scoring. So let's go ahead and corner punch these, because it needs to be punched. Use our corner punch, and then we're going to be do it in every corner. Okay, guys, corner punching them, it's going to look like that, and you're going to be doing it for all 4 corners of the base. Okay, guys, once you finish, you should have both of the base corner punched, all 4 corners. And now we're going to move to the other pockets. So now you're going to get your 2 pockets, the 2 inside pockets, which measures 3" by 8". You're going to get both of those, and you're going to be corner punching both ends. Okay, you're going to be corner punching this here and this one over here. Now it should look like this. All right, and we're gonna put those aside, and then we're gonna get our other pockets. And all you need to do is just punch one corner. With the two closures, so you're gonna be also punching the corners too as well. Okay, now you should have two of them. It looks like that, okay? And put that aside, guys. Last one is the smaller pockets, which made a 2" by 8". And we're gonna punch that one as well. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and lay it out so you guys can see it. And then now it should look like this. You should have the first base, and then the second base. And then you should have the two inside pockets, one on the right side and one on the left side. And then you should have another pocket that sits right here on this right side. And then a smaller pocket on this left side. And then you should have your closure that sits right there. And then you should have your pen holder that goes right there, okay? And that's how it should look. And then we're gonna be putting fabric on these things, okay? We're gonna be needing some fabric spray adhesive. Let's go ahead and get to the next step. As soon as you get everything glued on the scrapbooking paper, guys, it should now look like this after you finish spraying it and folding the corners. It should now look like this. And so you should have the two pockets, and then the other pocket, which is optional. You don't have to have that one, that's optional. Okay, and then you're gonna have the two closure as well as the other pocket that's going to be going there, and this is going to be the closure, and this will be the strip that holds the pen holder in there. Okay, and now guys, this is optional. If you want, you can put some scrapbooking paper in the back of it just to clean it up a little bit. You don't have to. You can leave it just like this because it's not necessary, because it's gonna be turned over and nobody can see it anyway, so it's not necessary. You can skip that step if you wanted to. Go ahead and sew down these lines right here, both of these right here, before I even sew it around, because I just want it to be clean too. Once again, you don't have to sew this part at all. It's already glued in and tacked in, but I'm just doing it because I like security and I like it clean. So you can do that. Once again, you should have all these pieces together right now that I just showed you. And we're gonna put this all and lay it out the way it needs to. This is gonna be our front cover right here. This is gonna be our front cover. This is how it's gonna look. So that's gonna be the bottom. This is gonna go to top here, left corner pocket. and the right corner pocket as well. This is gonna go right here. It's gonna go right here. Isn't that pretty? That's gorgeous, guys. So far, I love this. And we're gonna be putting our pen holder over here. Let me just tuck it in underneath. Over here, a closure over here. And that's gonna be closing it like that, okay? And so far, this is how it's supposed to look. And I do wanna put a ribbon in here. This is optional. Once again, gonna be our bookmark. And I wanna put it inside of here and sew around it. Before I even sew around, I'll show you exactly where to put the pen holder, and then as well as your strap. And then, yeah, everything else should be set. Before we even sew the whole thing up, guys, let's go ahead and sew these here. Put these together, the pockets. You're gonna be sewing straight across here, and then afterwards, I'm gonna lay this on top of here, and then I'm gonna be sewing all the way down here. And that's it for right now. Those are 2 steps. Sew here first, and then after you finish sewing there, you attach this to that, and then you sew all the way down here. And then that's that for that. And then you can go ahead and sew these 2 here as well. These are optional. You don't have to sew those as well. And then what we're gonna do next is there's 2 straps. Gonna be putting some Velcro on there before we even close this up, guys, before we even put this together, okay? So we're gonna sew in one of them, and we're gonna sew on the right side and sew right around there and in. And you don't have to sew it in, you can glue it in, but I'm gonna sew it in. And then you're gonna be attaching this on here. So that's gonna be a closure like that. And then we can do the outside of the planner that we're gonna be making to connect with this, okay? All right, so I went ahead and sew all the way down here and up here as well. So this is already sewn, as you can see, straight across. And then once I finished sewing that, I went all the way down from the top here all the way down. And so it should look like this now, guys. All right, because once we lay it on here, we're gonna be sewing around all the way around there. So that should be set in place, as well as this too, as well as this pocket. And just sew straight down here. Once again, you don't have to sew it. And then this one as well, I sew down here as well. And so that's going to be laying like that. Velcro that and everything, so that's in position. And then afterwards, we're going to put our Velcro on the outside of the planner. And this would be for the pen holder. Bend it in half. And then we're going to bend it one more time. Not all the way in half, but just a little bit up. Like that. You should have something that looks like this, okay? And what I'm going to do is sew right down that same place that we bend it. I'm going to sew right down there, because I want to cut this piece at the top of it off, because it's so thick, guys, when you put it here, because this already have enough layers at the top of it, and I don't want our machine to get jammed or anything when we try to sew around it. And make sure, guys, before you sew it, make sure you can fit your pen in there. Make sure it's an easy fit. I'm gonna cut this layer here. It won't be so thick. When I put it in here, it'd be a little easier to sew around, guys. So just try to get close to the edge of the there. When we put it in there, guys, put it in, and we're gonna be putting it in. Let me move this out of the way. In between the base, between these 2, and then we're gonna be folding it over like this. And that's the reason why I wanted to just not make it so thick. And we're gonna be positioning that from like about 2 inch from the top here. So you measure it 2 inch down, and then you position it in there. And we're gonna be gluing that on, as well as these 2 in there as well. In there right beside each other, because you're gonna get a center. You're gonna center this. You're gonna make sure this is in the center right here. And then we're gonna be putting that on there. And I'll tell you how much inches you gotta go into to put that there. And then we're gonna be doing that, but first we have to sew around this here. Okay, we have to sew all the way around here before we even glue it down. All right, I just put the strap closure as well as the pen holder in there. Just position it in place, okay? And when you guys are using scrapbooking paper to do this, make sure it's a thin layer of scrapbooking paper, okay? Don't use nothing thick, because once again, you want to be able to sew through everything without it jamming in the machine. So just consider that to getting a thinner paper. That's how it's gonna look, guys. And now we can just go ahead and put our another Velcro in there, mark where we want it, and then put it right there, guys, okay? And we're gonna sew that on there. And then afterwards we finish sewing it on, we're gonna put everything else together. I should attach to it like that. It looks so pretty already. I love it. All right, okay. I think I'm going to put it right here, and then I'm going to tuck in on the inside, the back of it like that, guys. And then you can always cut this piece, some of it off of here, but right now I'm going to leave it like that. And then we're going to put it on there, or you can put it over here or a little bit further in. It doesn't matter. Glue that on there, and then we're going to go ahead and sew all the way around this, guys. Okay, guys, this is end results after me sewing all the way around. This is the closure. I sewed all the way around, guys. It looks awesome. I love the way it turned out, guys. I add this extra elastic cord to add more books to my planner. So I wanted some extra books in there. So this is optional, guys. You don't have to add this in there. So I was happy the way it turned out. Look at it. It's beautiful. Color combination is beautiful. And so I'm going to go ahead and put some books in here so you guys can see it with the books inside of there. I made this book. You know what? I didn't think I gave you guys the measurement for the books at all. I'm so sorry. The notebook size would be 7.5 inch by 8 inch. If you want to make this size notebook, you can put the book in, slide it in the pockets like that, and put it there. And then, of course, your pen. You'll place it in that holder. It sits perfect in there, guys. I love it. I think I'm gonna make another book to go here, and then add some more here. So I made 2 books for this. So you can put the book here too as well. You can just put it up here if you want, and just have it sitting like that. Or you can book in there in this pocket here too, and have it sitting like this too. And then add more books to the middle as well. This is why I wanted to put that in there, just in case I want to add more books to it. Look how beautiful that is, guys. I am so in love with this. Then you have extra pockets here. Let's close it up and let's see how it looks. Oh, so good, guys. I love this. I'm so in love with this, guys. Oh my goodness, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I love the way it turned out. Look how gorgeous that is. That looks so good. I love the size too. The size is like perfect. Oh, I can't wait to decorate this, guys. And I definitely, when I decorate it, I want to be able to put up a video on it and let you guys see what I did inside of this beauty right here. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you all for watching, and you will definitely see my next video. Bye, my YouTubers.